Here with our next competitor, everyone. How you doing? Marvin, Duncan from East Pole Coffee. Everyone put your hands together. Marvin?
Hey, how's it going?
Feeling good?
Yeah, I think so.
Nice. Good.
Practiced a lot.
Yeah, it's Nashville, it's raining. What else could we go better? You know?
Yeah.
Well, I think our judges are ready. They are going to be coming out here in just a minute. So let's go ahead and bring your judges on out. Go ahead and just shake their hands and then
Hi there. Nice to meet you.
call time when you're ready. There they come.
Hi there. Nice to meet you. Hi. Nice to meet you. Hi. How are you? Nice to meet you. Cool. All right. Could I get a soundtrack? Okay. Could you restart at 110? Thank you. Ready? Time. Hello, judges. Welcome. My name is Marvin Duncan, and I am a roaster at East Pole Coffee Company. We're located out in Atlanta, Georgia. So, today, I plan to share just a little of my adventure with you, my coffee adventure. And I specifically chose the word adventure because, in my eyes, coffee is an adventure. Growing up, I was always a fan of the adventure genre, and something about just the vast worlds they created really spoke to me. There isn't a right path, there isn't a designated starting line, and even if you think you've reached the end of your journey, there's always something more for you to explore. In fact, you could explore your whole life, yet you may still never discover every secret. But still, this coffee world of adventure really speaks to me, and I'm excited to discover as much as I can. So, after some time in coffee and tasting numerous different types, I can for sure say my favorite part of a cup has got to be the acidity. So, I wanted to produce a coffee that had a very true to the bean, great acidity. And I needed a brewer that could accomplish that. In my experience, I had found brewers that didn't slow or restrict the flow rate had a tendency of producing very clean, crisp acidities. So I needed a brewer that could basically flow without any restrictions. At first, I turned to the V60, and while it did have great acidity, I couldn't achieve the same level of sweetness that I did with Kalita. So, I needed a faster flowing, flatbed brewer. Enter the Origami. The Origami is a bottomless brewer capable of using either cone or flat shaped filters. With this, I could pour as fast or as slow as I would like, and the coffee would come out similarly. Now, onto the coffee. The coffee that I will be making for you today, judges, is a washed Colombian coffee. This coffee is produced by Cafe Lumbus and sourced by Balzac Brothers, an importer we normally work with. This has actually been a coffee we've had in our shop for a few weeks now. And I'll admit, at first, I wasn't the biggest fan of it. While it did taste good, it just wasn't to my preferences. I usually like tea-like floral coffees from East Africa. But the more and more I drank this coffee, the more and more I've started to notice the subtle qualities that it has in the cup. With a picture in mind of a coffee that had very exciting qualities, I challenged myself to produce it for you today. If you please, evaluate the aroma. Please evaluate the aroma. Now, I will go on to the brew method. Today, for my brew method, I decided to split my brew into 3 parts. I began with 16 grams of coffee, ground medium. I initially had a bloom of 60 grams for 40 seconds. Please evaluate the aroma. For the next pour, I had a 90-gram pour. This pour I wanted to be a little bit slower, so I extended it for 20 seconds. Then, for the final pour, it was again a 90-gram pour, but I wanted this one to be a little bit faster. Now, on to the tasting notes, if you're ready, judges. All right, so in this cup, you will get an aroma that is similar to that of a cooked orange with caramelized sweetness. The flavor will be that of a tangerine while hot. And then once cool, it will transform into that of a papaya and sweetness similar to that of a panela, with still that lingering tangerine flavor. The acidity will be a tangy citrus, similar to that of a tangerine once again. The body will be crisp and thin, similar to, if you ever had it, a sparkling apple cider. The aftertaste, which is actually my favorite part, is similar to it will be long, and it will also be very tangy, similar to a Tangelo. Together, these qualities in the cup will combine to make a deliciously balanced yet exciting cup. All right. So, judges, in my adventure here, I've had a lot of different experiences. Some of them are great, and I've made way more bad coffee than somebody who should be considered a coffee professional. But they're all tools I'll use on my adventure to you. So thank you for taking part. Thank you for hearing what I have to say. And this is my time.
All right, everyone, give it up for Marvin Duncan from East Pole Coffee. Marvin, come on over here. Stand right there. How you feeling?
Not bad.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Thank
Great
you.
presentation.
Thank you.
You're a roaster for East Pole, right?
Yeah.
So you roasted this coffee as well.
Yeah, so I roasted some of them, but, we took turns.
Okay.
Yeah, so me and also the owner and a good friend of mine, Jared, over here.
Awesome.
I like to call him Dad.
You can call him Dad. We know.
Okay, cool. All right. Yeah.
Nice. So do you feel like getting to roast coffee as well as being the brewer on stage gives you some type of advantages versus other people that are just brewing?
Absolutely. So in my experience, I feel that coffee brewing shouldn't be just a step. So I feel like a lot of times people think of each individual process or each step of the production chain is individual steps separate of everything else. But if we start to consider and think about it holistically, you can produce better cups.
Yeah. Roasters understanding brewing
Yeah,
methods, right?
exactly.
Baristas understanding roasting methods.
Yes, absolutely.
Bridging those gaps.
Absolutely. If you have knowledge about the coffee, if you have knowledge about the terroir, if you have knowledge about the roasting and how long and how developed it is, it makes the extraction and everything that you can potentially do with the coffee a little bit easier to figure out.
Heck yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So you get to be a roaster, you get to brew this coffee. Mm-hmm. Did you find this coffee on a cupping table, or is this something you guys have in your cafes right now?
So yeah, it's something that we have in our cafes right now. It's like I said, it was just something that I saw and I tried and I was like, it's okay, I guess. And then something about it made me drink it just enough to be like, what is that? Yeah. But it was that push and pull thing, and I was like, there's something in here. I know there's something in there. It's a hunch, and I'm like, hopefully I can bring it out,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I really like the story you said about discovering your brew method, right?
Yeah.
And that's a process that every competitor on the stage goes through, is trying to figure out which brew method is going to make my coffee taste good.
Yeah.
And you had a really interesting A to B to C type of thing. I'd just explain that again because I thought that was really great.
Yeah. So honestly speaking, I have been trying to figure out a brew method up until last night. Until 12 o'clock, we sort of figured it out. And, a little bit close, but we got it. And it tastes pretty good. So
that's why you look so rested. Right?
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, so it's been a process. And like I said, I didn't want to, I don't want to fit a coffee into a brew method. I want to have a brew method support the coffee, So it's basically guess and check. You go through each step. You say, oh, this coffee tastes good when I do this. It doesn't taste good when I do that. And it's eventually, just time from there,
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, it's very I always think of it as just this decision tree that you're making.
Yeah.
You brew your coffee and you're like, yes or no.
Yeah.
Yes or no. And you kind of just discover new things going down that path.
Yeah, man. I honestly have to say it's not even me that I think is up here. It's the people that I surround myself with. There's some great people out there, and they all give me feedback. I know Alyssa Bell, who was here earlier. She's been my practice partner since months.
Heck yeah.
For before prelims and all that kind of stuff. And then Daniel, he's jumped in recently, and Daniel's been on with us since the Christmas break, and then he was there helping me last night too. So I'm super thankful. And then of course Jared and Sarah and just all of the East Pole and the Balzac brothers and everything like that. They're really helpful, and I wouldn't be here without them.
Shout out to all those great people that help get you, the competitor, to where you are. I mean, it really is a compilation of so many people helping each other out. So that's really great. Mm-hmm. Well, thanks again.
Thank you.
Great having you guys.
Of course.
Everyone, put your hands together again for Marvin Duncan, East Pole Coffee. Good job.
Thank you.
We are getting our next competitor set up right now. We will heading over there to stage number 2 in just a hot second.